In today's video, I will be showing you 5 handy tips to instantly improve your pace on the F1 24 game. So for this first tip, as you can see in qualifying, we're starting our hot lap with the tires at around 80 degrees Celsius and heading towards the end of the lap, we're around 90 on the rears, 86 on average on the fronts, which enables us to get maximum grip available. In comparison, this lap we're starting around 90 degrees on the rear already, and come the end of the lap you can see we're overheating the rear, we're going deep, we're losing the rear end through these low speed corners and getting horrible traction out of corners, which costs us time and grip. So make sure you don't warm up your tires too much in qualifying. So for tip number 2, we're looking at the engine temperature, again in qualifying. So for this first run, we've kept standard fuel mixture for our out lap, and we're starting our hot lap with decent engine temperature using 30% of overtake mode, just as comparison. And we get to 311 kph. And as you can see on the second run, I'm using lean mixture, and we're going to do our entire out lap on the lean fuel mixture, and you can see we've got 25 degrees less engine temperature using the same battery, 30%, but we get a lower top speed and therefore costing us time, which is easily gainable. So don't forget to keep standard mixture on your out laps. So tip number 3 is a very crucial one regarding track usage, and you can use this at every single track. Make sure you always use all the white, go all the way out to the white lines, as you can see here. As it's just free lap time, you might get a few warnings trying to learn the limits, but it's definitely worth it for quali and race. As we then have the double turn in method. Now this is quite an interesting one, shouldn't really be a thing, but unfortunately is. So the method is basically to turn in twice, as its name suggests. So we turn in a tiny bit first, and then we start turning in properly into the corner. And basically what that does is it starts loading the tires, so the tires grip up before we actually fully turn into the corner. So heading into sector 2, we're going to do the exact same thing, turn in a bit and then turn in a lot more substantially to really get the car round. As you can see here in the last corner as well, turning in a bit and then fully turning in once the tires have a bit of load on them and have gripped up. And that leads us to tip number 5, which is the ERS usage in the race. Now this is one of the most common mistakes I see people doing wrong, and a very important one if you want to improve your pace. So far most have been quali specific, so this is race specific. On the straights, of course, we can use hot lap and overtake mode, but especially in corners, I'd say 4th gear or below, we go none on the ERS, because we gain more battery, which means we have more to use on the straight, and we get way better traction, way easier traction. And then additionally, in online races, often you're stuck behind cars, so there's no point using medium ERS. I see so many people use medium ERS in low speed corners when there's really no point to. So as you can see, through these low speed corners, we're going on none on the ERS because it enables us to get better traction and have more battery on the straight. Through high speed corners such as the middle sector here in Mexico, or for example Magnet and Beckett, or sector 1 at Kota, you can go medium on the ERS, but I'd not suggest hot lap. Here you could have gone hot lap, but then as soon as we head back down into the low speed, we're gonna go back to none on the ERS, save the battery, get the good traction out of the low speed corners and important traction zones as this straight. And as soon as we hit the straight, we can blast our battery again on hot lap and overtake mode. And that was the 5th tip already here today. I really hope this helped you, and if it did, please let me know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. But that was it from me. So until next time, from me, it's take care and goodbye.